Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit that notification bell, get all the updates. Very excited for today's beer. It's a beer I really love and enjoy quite a bit. And some people got at me and wanted me to review beers from my cellar. This is one of those from Ricard, and it is a Thomas Hardy Ale from 2018. It is currently 2019, so a year old. And I actually don't know if I've ever had one this fresh. I definitely like this beer aged, and seems odd that a year old might be the freshest one I've ever had, but I think it might. The bottle's a little different shape than normal, at least what I'm used to. They may have used this shape bottle in the past, I don't know, but this is the 50th anniversary. I don't think they did anything different to the recipe for this. I actually probably should have read this before. But on the side here, they have like other special editions they've done, like the first batch, and then like they've had some breweries changing who brews this beer, things like that. And they say you can age it forever, well over 25 years. They make a point to say. So again, very ageable beer. I within the last year did a barrel aged version, and it is escaping me what kind of barrel that was. I cannot think of what barrel it was. Like a Scotch or bourbon. I don't know, man. It's going to bug me. I'll have to look up after this review. Anyway, let's get into it. Proper glassware. I think... Oops. I feel like we're off to a bad start. I think this glass came with this one, or did it come in a package with the barrel-aged one? I really can't remember. Definitely looks like a barley wine. Actually, one of the lighter barley wines of late for me. I think sometimes as these beers age, they get darker. Actually, the glass is pretty clean. And actually now it's all in the glass. It's a little darker than I was thinking, but yeah, probably a hair lighter than what I think a barley wine looks like. There's a decent amount of this red crimson down here, but there's some brown in the center. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a lighter barley wine. Let's get into the aroma. Get the coaster off the ground. Smells like a barley wine. You know what I get, and I like this in quads, and I've mentioned this in other like old ale and kinds of like these kinds of beers that are different but similar. This grape note that I really like, this grape juice kind of a thing. Man, it smells so good. It's not cinnamon. It's it smells like Christmas cookies, like a very traditional kind of Christmas cookie. But like it doesn't have cinnamon or nutmeg, but somehow it's still reminiscent of those things, even though they're not in the beer at all. Sweet smelling for sure. Again, it's an English style barley wine, so it should be a little sweeter, less of a hop punch like a Bigfoot might have an American style barley wine. Definitely a lot of dried fruits. Oh, it's 13% ABV. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. You get a little slight, like rum almost kind of a quality from the alcohol and the sweetness being paired together. Some molasses. You know what's interesting is actually a little smoky leather too. Wow. There's a lot going on. This is kind of like, not that it smells that similar, but when I had this year's 2019's regular Bourbon County, that beer smelled so good. I could have literally done a 10-minute review of just going back to the nose over and over and over again, never tasting the thing on camera. I probably could do that with this beer too. There's just so much going on just in the aroma. Every time I go in, I kind of get new stuff, and the stuff I had gotten is playing so well with these new things. But I'll leave it at that. It is an amazing smelling beer. Let's see about the taste. Cheers. I mean, it's good. I right off the bat, I will say I like this a little bit better with age, more age on it, I should say. I probably think every barley wine I've ever had is better with some age on it. So it's not a knock at all. This beer is delicious, fresh. But I will say this, age these longer. Although I'm glad I'm having one fresher. So you still get some of the dried fruit, some of the molasses, this like bran, approaching rye, kind of a bread element in there. There's an earth. So it's sweet. What I'm trying to do now is explain the stuff that's cutting through the sweetness. There's like this earthy, and some of it's definitely the hops element that's pairing a little bit with the dryness of the alcohol. So it's not just like a sugary bomb of a beer. But there is a good level of sweetness in this beer as well. Especially towards the end and the finish. There's burnt sugar, caramel in the earlier part of the beer. You know, as I'm talking in that finish, though, you are getting a lot of the drier earth, molasses, almost like peaty, smoky, that leathery thing. Yeah. So it definitely has those kinds of features. It's a super pleasant beer. I freaking love this beer, and it's, again, don't look. I hope I'm not coming across as like I'm disappointed that I'm drinking this as fresh as I am. I am a little disappointed, but just because this beer ages so beautifully. But I'll put it this way: I only have the one bottle. If this is still at the store, I'm gonna buy another bottle to age longer of this vintage. And this is my last. Yeah, I don't have any other ones. So I'll have to get some anyway, just because I love this beer so much, of whatever vintage I can get. But, yeah, definitely this 50th anniversary, worthy addition to the lineup. Good beer, just, for me, age them more. But Ricard, good call doing this beer for the, well, it started with a no hype, no buy November. Excuse me. But it's now December, so I'm still finishing up some stuff. Got a couple more beers that people asked me to do, so those are coming, I promise. But thanks again for the request. It was a really good idea. Thank you guys for watching. I really always appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram and Untappd. There's no hype beer reviews at both those places. Please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.